static shooting tools like this to stay?
Quite a bit, actually. One of my first few skates, this is what pretty much all I'll do is just have my cousin Keaton. He'll just come out and just shoot pucks at me from different angles. I'll just stay down and just track pucks. That's where you track pucks from usually anyway, you know. So. Plus, it also saves you from going down and getting up 200 times in a day.
Do you use it in the season too, Kobe?
Yeah. Part of my pregame routine is just that, just static shots from right here, just tracking and. Yeah. Yeah. Me and Steph have been doing that ever since he came to Montreal. And it's kind of nice in the morning. Like I almost feel like I'm getting to the point where I could just do that for morning skate, and that'd be it. You know, it's. That's it. I don't need to be out there for 40 minutes like we have been. You know, it's like it's crazy sometimes when you think about it. You know, how like Columbus doesn't skate anymore in the morning. I think you're going to see that more often. You see how fresh Bob is in warm up. He's bouncing off the walls in warm up. So, but yeah, you'll see that probably more often. Is me just going out with Steph and just doing that, and that's it. I'll show you. What he's trying to say is, when you go like this, get your nose pointed towards your glove, okay? One thing I see with you, I know you're trying to make yourself be big, right? Make sure you keep your nose down towards the puck though a little bit more, okay? Because when you back up like this, it makes it hard to reach towards things, okay? Oh, switch it up. Oh! All right, switch it up. Woo! High five. You still got the string on your string. No, you can leave that there for now. Doesn't matter. You're catching pucks anyway. Oh. There you go.
So catch the puck in the pocket with the glove, and then on the puck, make sure it goes into the glove.
Okay, I'll do my best, Captain.
So we're going to start with the rear save, get the hands going, so we make a glove save, we wind in the middle. Hold the blocker save, we wind in the middle, drop for the blocker, up and away. Glove save, close the glove, rewind the middle, into the pocket of the glove, nose on the puck, nose on the puck of the blocker, see it in, see it out. Turn to the side, laser focus in the puck, blocker, to the blocker, and off the blocker. So guys, on the glove saves, I want you to extend your foot and make that save exactly how you would make it in a game, and rewind to the middle, and then make that same save, okay? I don't want to see making saves in your butterfly and just tipping your body over and keeping your, I don't want to see this. Same thing on the blocker, I don't want to see this. I want you to stretch your legs, move in one direction, and the direction is straight to the puck. One direction, straight to the puck. That's it, simple as that. Laser focus, every puck. Okay guys, clear, save, get the hands going. We're going to hold a glove save. For 3 seconds, we hold it. 1, 2, 3, rewind in the middle. Blocker. 1, 2, 3, rewind in the middle. On to the block. You can shoot the puck. 1, 2, 3, rewind to the middle. Shoot it, shoot the puck, shoot the puck, shoot the puck. Blocker, 1, 2, 3, rewind, and shot. Glove is closed, eyes into the glove. 1, 2, 3, rewind, shot to the glove. All 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, rewind. See the puck in, see the puck out. Last one. Glove is closed. 2, 3, rewind. See the puck into the puck. Shooter, prepare your pucks. Goaltenders in here. So guys, when we're down in this position here, go ahead. I want you to really focus on your glove in this, guys. I want you to keep your glove open until the puck hits the back of the pocket, then close your glove. Okay? Often what happens is pucks are coming in and guys start to close their glove when the puck's here. We bobble the puck. Take the puck in the back of the pocket, use the momentum of the puck to close your glove. So soon as it hits the back of the pocket, we can close the glove. Same thing, guys, on the blocker. We want to see the puck into the blocker and off of the blocker as well. Okay, so we make sure we see it in and we see it out. One more thing, guys. When we're making these saves, we're moving only in one direction, and that's just to the puck. We don't want to move in all kinds of directions. Laser focus on the puck, eyes to the puck every time. Same thing, if you notice when Perry was making the glove saves on the mirror, okay, he was making the mirror, his head was involved and his glove was closed. It looked exactly like the save's gonna look, and then we rewind slowly back to the middle, and we face that puck, okay? Same thing with the blocker. His eyes were attached to it as well. Rewind back to the middle, slowly, and see that puck to the blocker and off of the blocker. Details, details, details. Back to work.
That's the first this week. We did it yesterday too. So at first I was like, oh, this is kind of weird. And like my mind kind of drifted everywhere. I was like, oh, like what? And I was like, okay, I actually have to like visualize things. So it's kind of fun, but just to make sure you're aware of your surrounding, like your angles and all of that, I think we've done those movements so often that we should be able to do them with our eyes closed. So I think, yeah, it's a good way to, when you don't have shooters or those kind of things, to get ready for a drill or practice. So it's definitely been a good drill.
And then he transitions you into the same drill. Does it feel easier having done it with your eyes closed? And that sounds like a weird question, but like I think a lot of goalies would see a drill like that and, okay, how can I try this? Well, how would it help me?
It definitely helps because I feel like your body knows what to do without like seeing anything. So it's just like kind of a habit. It's like, oh, I've already done it before, so just doing the same thing over. So I would say definitely gets you ready for the next drill if you don't have the opportunity to practice it a few times before.
We have good mental skills coaches available to us, both in my own program and with Hockey Canada. And, you know, the importance of imagery in a lot of things, not only in hockey, but, you know, some things such as curling or MMA and visualization is a key piece. So, and I don't know the numbers for sure, but something like one positive mental rep is equivalent to 25 actual reps. So, my thought process with it is just to get them seeing their perfect stance, what we talk about with each individual goaltenders, see it in their mind's eye, and then go through the motion perfectly in their mind's eye, and then implement it with actual reps, seeing the exact same scenario. They're mostly seeing themselves from above, and then we'll work once they have that perfect scenario in their mind, you know, their stance, their positioning, their posture, their balance, all that stuff, and then they'll move on to actually seeing the play develop in front, watching the puck come right in, and again executing a perfect save with no rebounds ideally. We use a lot of video, and we'll use still pictures as well. From the side, from the front, and we'll show them if it's a glove positioning issue, if it's a posture issue. If they can first see it, what maybe needs to be corrected, and then they can see, you know, we'll station them perfectly in what we want, ideally, and then that's the mind's eye that they're going to see on the ice when they go through these. They do have a mental picture, you bet, yeah.
Here we go.
So here it's pretty simple. Like what we were looking, it's like almost like him. If you can pause the video, each time he goes back to his post. So we
Okay.
want his leg. So if he goes back to his blocker side, we want to make sure like the leg that on his glove side doesn't go over the middle of the crossbar, the middle in the net, the bar.
Right. So the trailing leg.
Yeah. So because sometimes a lot of goalies when they recover through their post, and say example you stop, make sure that the leg comes back, and you don't want that leg too far out because he's gonna be when he comes back sometime in the game. You go back to a post. You want to make sure you're able to push back again across or middle or slide. So you want to be in control. And here it's pretty simple. We try always be set, square to the post. And now what we do here with the stick, it's just a little like making sure your stick is there. You maybe never gonna cut a pass during a game, but just having that stick there because the puck is behind that goal line, for sure. Like it's just good tendency having your head not too high, your chin not too low, but not too high too, and be able to be set and get back. You turn your head first, bring your shoulder, and be set in control as much you can. We see a lot of kids sometimes when they have so much power to get to one point to the other, but they lose control. So they want to push hard, but they're not that, they're not set. So right here,
They're not arriving
yeah,
set.
so they're maybe strong, but their power, like they don't control their power. So I call it like they almost like don't kill the ice. Here you can see push hard, but he's in control, his shoulders and everything. So and he always want to get back with his shoulder, his legs, his hands always in front of him. So you can see back. He turns his head first. His shoulder is gonna get there, and you can see as much. We wanted him to push and get there. And I like to in the summer, like get a little higher. So when, you train, sometimes, it's no shot. So we want him to be a little higher in this crease just to make his legs to work a little bit, more.
So when you say a little higher, I mean you mean a little further out of the net.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you have sort of a target? So are we talking like heels out?
Yeah,
Like
it depends.
just heels on the top of the
Yeah, it
paint?
depends
Or?
on the goalies. Sometimes you'll be a younger goalie; it's going to be a little bit harder, or a smaller goalie. But again, it's all goes like working their legs and you see Jonathan when he goes back to his on his stick side. You can see he tries to just imagine that he cuts a pass, but is just making sure he's in control, he's set, and his hands are already there in front of him. So if he's not there quietly, not ready, but his hand's going to be there to make the save. But the biggest thing is his head, because you can see he's looking first, and even if he's not there, but if he looks at the shooter, he's going to see the shots going on to him. He's going to be able to stop it. So now he's turning his head before he's moving, and if he's pushing, and while he's in movement, for sure you want him to be stopped, but sometimes cannot be perfect. But at least he's going to see if the guy's doing a 1T or quick shot, so he's going to be able to react for a big save, or make the save happen.
And you've got this camera pretty much at the ice level, it looks like.
Yes. So try to be like that camera, the iPad, as low we can, and for sure you want him to be. You want to see. Right now it's not perfect. Sometimes the camera too, it's not straight, but you want him to be square as much you can to the to the puck. And on the ice you don't see it, but we have pucks on, so sometimes we'll put some pucks a little bit a different place, so whatever he sees right now, maybe the puck is not that square, but we try to be
so he's using pucks at each point where he's pushing to simulate a pass.
Yes. So, and you know what? It's a good thing that with over the years, it's fun to work with different pros and all that stuff. And sometimes you put the pucks so close. And Jonathan, Joey said that one time, he's like, if the puck is so close to me, I have to do something different. I'm like, yeah, you're right. So, sometimes they're like, okay, let's do it. Like, you're right. We'll put the puck a little bit farther. Like, so it's imagining like it's a pass from, to the blue line, or, top circle. So, because for sure, if for us, we're going to work something different. If I put the puck closer, his stand's going to change, his stand and his movement's going to change. So for now, it's just basic movement. It's a first maybe or second drill we'll use during a practice with him or other guys. And again, you see a stick, and that's one thing we saw a lot of times. Goalies, when they go on so if you go back, when he goes to his glove side, but he comes back to his blocker side, a lot of kids, they turn their stick, so we want that stick to be right away. They they look, they bring their shoulder, their hands, and go, shoulder, head, shoulder, and you see a stick is ready, like right set for the shot, in control.
One of the things I find nice from this perspective too, the puck's perspective. So it's not what the shooter sees, it's what the puck sees. Here's a goaltender who's 6 feet tall, and he can access every corner of the net, no problem at all.
And another thing too, the stance is huge. For you can work with a guy who's 6'5", but he can play so small. But Joe, with the years and all that stuff, we really work hard on his stance and his hedge and all that stuff. But it's a little bit maybe, his hips, the way he's going to hold his hips and his knees, he's not going to go inside. He's going to play more like this. So it makes him bigger on his hips.
Yeah.
So like when you cross your knees inside tight, it makes your hips smaller. So it's a little bit,
And probably
so,
makes you a little bit less powerful too.
yeah, but again, I'm not gonna name goalies, but like the more you're gonna
No.
bring your knee in, it's almost like putting your glove inside, in front of your chest, and
Yes.
so it's
Yeah. Double coverage.
double coverage. But it's the same thing for the pads, So you don't want to cross too much, and we want to make sure that the hips they're square, that the knees, everything is big, so it takes the coverage for the low part, the the stomach, for sure. That's a huge part because he's 5'11", 6 foot, but he's not, he has to play as big he can. So here, like when you stop the video, he's trying to turn his head first. He's going to turn his shoulder, and we always want to try to, before, a lot of goalies, they want to cross slow it slowly. You see that first leg doesn't cross the red line.
Okay.
A lot of guys, they're going to start open up that leg and bring that leg over the red line, and they'll lose a lot of power because they don't have full access they don't generate that much power. So here he's in control. He's going to turn his head. He's going to look where he's going.
So just before, but if we could just back up just 1 second, Marco, just to set this up then, because obviously you're using the center ice line here as a visual cue for him. You're setting him up about 45 degrees with the right foot on the red line, and now you want him to turn without that crossing the red line.
And everything's going to turn first, and after that push. And he's going to have to look at the blue, like the board blue line, like you can see
You
the
got
other
another
side.
puck set over there for him? Yeah.
So like you see, everything goes from one side to the other, and he's set. He's in control, and you can see his stance where we're talking about on the other video, his hips. His skates are able to be, they're not like this. They're that angle. So he has a good edge. He's good. He's on his toes, but he's generated a lot of power, and you can see his hands, his stick, his blocker's side on that. You can see on that image, his blocker is not like stuck on his pad. Same thing with his elbows are in front and ready to make a save. Whenever he stops for 1A to B, he's there for a shot, glove side or blocker. So you can see that side too. Before he goes, and boom. And you see the power of his leg when he's going to turn his leg. He's going to look, turn his shoulder. You want to see almost the logo on the other side. And he's going to swipe his power on his toe. And boom, he push. And his sticks is there. Is already there on the other side facing the puck.
Before he's even moved.
Yes. It's almost like, can't say a video is perfect, but a lot of time you'll see a goalie, they'll turn and they'll go with their heel and their toe's gonna move up, but you don't want to see that. So you want to try to generate.
So sorry, you're talking. You want the push leg to be pushing from the toe.
Yeah, you want to put glide with your skate toe and stay almost your power on your toe. So you can see here, he's turning. He doesn't cross the red line right now, but now he's set. So he turned, he's setting, now he pushed. And you can see again his toe attacking the ice and pushing. And you don't want to lift the skate that much, but it's not lifting the skate, it's just turning your skate, And always, again, head, shoulder, with your hands. It's like driving. You're not gonna.
So sorry, Marco. Let's go back to the toe there. I may have misspoken then. So you're talking about actually his left leg here, his glove side leg, the one that's going to lead.
Yeah. So he's on his toes
You've got
now.
the toe on there.
He's pushing. Yeah. He's going to open up his hips. His stick is going there, and his toes going to. His weight is on his toes, not on his heels. I should have the bad video to show you, but a lot of guys, they're going to stretch their leg and open before like turning everything.
Right. Oh, I know exactly what you mean. You see those guys gliding on their front foot with a great big sort of spread eagle almost.
So, and what we did with that, we want Joe to play as long he can, so saving his knees, saving on his hips. So by keeping everything compact in movement, he's not forcing anything. He release, like everything is like just relax. He has a lot of power, but it's perfect movement, and it's getting like no stress on his knees, no stress on his hip as much we want, because if we make him wide and his skate low, and put his knee low, it put a lot of weight. So you put like a guy, he's maybe 185 pounds, and plus when he goes down and up and all those movements, so you want to save a little bit those movements. And so it's skating drill that we do a lot during the summer. We can spend so much hours with no shot, but we want perfect movement. So when we start in the drills with game situation or stuff that we do with him or any guy, it's simple.
Isn't this a great example? Because this is the kind of drill you would use with a young kid too, especially the first one we did today, but even this one.
But again, I do it with the young guys, and it's funny because they want to do the same. They want to do fast. They want to do strong. Yeah. They want to they'll go over. And we had a couple of kids this year. We did it, we do that every year. We put 2 young kids with a pro, and so they go and they look at the drill and say, "Oh, it's easy." But it's okay. It's easy, but do it like him. Like do it like, I don't say he's perfect, but like he's always in control. His hands are ready for a shot, and you want to be set and square. Be in control. Be ready for a save. You have to be always. I always say to the guys, if you move from one side, you have to be able to make a save on your glove or make a save with your blocker. But if you're not, if your leg is slow or your glove is in the back, your stick is up, it doesn't help you. So, but that's one thing that we see a lot when the red line. It's a perfect example. Like we put the guys on the red line, on the side, and we see a lot of guys, they don't turn first. They push. So you'll see they open, but their legs are open up right away. So they push. So their legs are already there on the other side, instead of keeping everything on one and push after. It's just trying to save their body, So he's, Jonathan is right now, he's 31 years old. You want him to play for another 10 years almost, because it's money in the bank. It's
for sure.
It's more game. It's more fun to play when you can. So, when you're healthy, your body feels good. That's what we want. So,
it's interesting you talk about that, because so many people were teaching to push as hard as you possibly can and stop as hard as you can and see, but that torque coming around on your hip as you're snapping around to stop so hard, that's hard on the body, and you're obviously trying to get away from that.
But again, you'll see like he has a lot of power here, but he's in control. But it's the way he's gonna push on one side, turning, so he's able to, when he turns his body, his legs is easier to push than if I turn, but my other leg is on the other side. It's going to be tough. I'm going to lose some edge.
There's no power.
Yeah. So, and again, we don't see that because sometimes what happens, we have those skates so sharp. Now the equipment of goalies now, they're so like, it's performance now, it's so light. It's so it makes us a little bit cheap, so, but sometimes you have to be careful because, skating. So for him, like you can see the blade is on the ice. He's always getting set toes, on his toes, ready for a shot.
That's great. Who would have thought we could turn a basic skating drill into such a meal? That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's simple, eh?